Welcome to the book of Shoftim, chapter 3, where we have a heavy action chapter. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss some of these stories. So first, the pasuk starts with the nations that Bnei Israel did not expel, did not win over in living in Canaan. It lists them. These are the people that Bnei Israel did not kick out, and it says that they remain there to test Bnei Israel if they follow Hashem and to see how they behave. So the ones that are listed are Chameshet Sarnei Plishtim, the five rulers of the Plishtim, the Canaanites, the Tzidoni, the Chivi, the people in Hermon, and they are there, the pasuk now says, to test Bnei Israel. If Bnei Israel listen to Hashem, no problems. If Bnei Israel do not listen to Hashem, these will be the troublemakers, the bad actors, the ones that are going to cause lots and lots of trouble. And we hear that Bnei Israel also indeed assimilate with them. They follow their avodah zarah, we're going to see, and intermarriage. So it definitely reminds you that the warnings of Yehoshua were in good place. So Bnei Israel, first they start sinning, and the first person that gets to dominate them and to hurt them is Kushan Rishatayim, the king of Aram Naharaim. If you remember, that's where Avraham is from, and they have to work for him. They are subject to him for 8 years until Otniel ben Kenaz. Remember that name because he is A, our first judge. B, if you remember from the book of Yehoshua, he married the daughter of Kalev ben Yefuneh, since he was the only one who can conquer Hebron. That's a flashback. But Kushan Rishatayim is the first one, and it's, by the way, a terrible name because Rishatayim means double wicked, so he must have been a really wicked guy. And so he's the first one to persecute Bnei Israel, and Bnei Israel are saved by Otniel ben Kenaz. Vatishkot haaretz arba'im shana. The land settles down for 40 years. There's some quiet, and that's what the shofet's job is ultimately about, getting some quiet. All right, the next one to persecute the Jews and dominate them is Eglon melech Moav. We're going to soon read about him. He was very, very overweight, and we're going to see how that affected the war with him. So Eglon melech Moav is the one to persecute the Jews. And for many, many years, for 18 years, the Jews have to pay taxes to him. He's just mean. He beats them around. He's not a good guy. And one man gets up. His name is Ehud ben Gera. Ehud ben Gera ben Hayamini, which is ironic. Ben Hayamini usually means from the tribe of Binyamin. But it's also ironic because he is a lefty. He can use his left hand. You ever meet someone? Lots of people, they write with their left hand. So that's Ehud ben Gera. Now, it seems like a trivial detail which we should ignore. But the problem in those days is when you go to places and they search for you for weapons, like in the airport type of thing, they would only search on your left side, because if you're a righty and you're going for your weapon, it's going to be on your left side. They never bothered checking on the other side in case someone was left-handed, and that's exactly how he managed to get past airport security. But in this case, Eglon melech Moav security. Ehud ben Gera goes. He comes through a place because Bnei Israel have to send a gift to Eglon melech Moav, so he's the one who's delivering the gift, and he comes with a not a double-sided sword, but a sword with two blades. It's like, I don't know if anyone's a sword expert, but it has two blades and they can open up if you trigger it to. And so he goes through the Gilgal. He comes to Eglon melech Moav. He says, I'm from the nation of Israel, here to give you our taxes, our gifts, our bribes, whatever you want to call it. And he comes in with this beautiful basket, and he tells the king, he gets past security, he tells the king, I have something very secret to tell you. A word of Hashem. I want to tell you top classified material. I want to tell you a very, very big secret. And so the king sends everyone out, and everyone goes out, and he's sitting in the attic, chilling, literally, because it's very hot in those days, so they had a room to chill, a cool room, kind of like AC. And he sits there, and that's when Ehud ben Gera takes his double-bladed sword, and he assassinates the king of Moav, Eglon melech Moav. Now he does it in a very subtle way. He uses this double blade, which is I guess for him, fortunately, an immediate killer. And everything's very quiet. There's no screaming. He closes the door gently, walks downstairs to security, says thank you very graciously, and walks out without anyone noticing. The guards, after an hour, 2 hours, they're like, wait, we haven't heard from our king. What's going on with him? And they're like, he's probably resting. He's probably, relaxing. Maybe he's in the bathroom. Who knows what he's doing? And by then, Ehud already runs, crosses back into Israel, blows the shofar, and calls everyone to come join the war. He calls everyone, and he calls people from Har Ephraim, and they gather to war. In the meantime, the people of Moav open the door, because it's already a long time, and they discover that their king has been assassinated by Ehud ben Gera. By then, Bnei Israel are already led by Ehud ben Gera, who goes to the bridges. Remember, Moav is on the other side of the Jordan, so he immediately goes to the bridges. They take control of the passageways, and they do not let any Moavites come in. They defeat the Moavites. They kill 10,000 Moavites in this war. And my favorite pasuk, Vatishkot haaretz shmonim shana. 80 years of quiet. Everyone was able to do what they want. No problems. That has been Perek Gimel. I hope you enjoyed. But even though that was full with action, just wait for next chapter. Join us for Perek Daled. Thank you so much.